Hello, everybody. Happy Friday. Oh, I don't have my microphone on. Hang on, pause. There we go. I hope that is better. Yikes. Okay. Then I had to get a little drink of water, as if we don't have enough water here. Yikes. We made the national news. Yay. So, yeah, we've got this huge rainstorm coming at us. And even though we made the national news where I am and it's all about me, I think I'm safe. I think we're good. The winds are blowing from the south to the north, which is good. So if we have any big trees fall on us, maybe they'll fall away from the house, because we have some big trees. Our neighbors have a huge pine tree right on our property line. And if that goes into our house. So, but the winds are blowing away from the house. So that's good. But there are other people. Oh my gosh. Joni, who's up in the Sierras. She showed me a picture of, she's got like 10, 12 feet of snow outside of her door. Crazy. And we hear this stuff on the news, and we just, sometimes we just don't get the impact. So sending some prayers out to people. Stay safe out there. We got a lot of earth changes going on, and we got a lot of changes going on. So before I get into the political side of this video, week in review, we had a big astrological change, and that was Saturn into Pisces, and that's 3 years. Pisces is water. Okay. So are we expecting more of this? Probably. There is a condition in the Pacific Ocean where it comes to where there's a current that comes and it pretty much lands into the equator, I think. And it's called El Nino or La Nina. And it's this current of warm El Nino or cold La Nina water. And when we get the El Nino effect, that warm water rises a little to the north and it creates a lot of storms that will impact California, and it'll impact other parts of the world. It'll supposedly tamper down the earthquake season on the East Coast, but it'll also bring a lot of storms to some of the drought in North Africa. So it's a world event. And we've had 3 years of La Nina. Now it's neutral. I don't think this is a La Nina or an El Nino effect. What we're getting here, we've gotten so much rain after so much drought. I know there's going to be big news today on mudslides and things like that. So just going back, and this storm is going to go all the way over into the United States, up into Canada. And because I'm living in it right now. That's where my focus is. But all over the world, I say this time and time again, be prepared. Have enough food for, number one, your pets, and then you. People go, oh, don't forget your pets. No, think of your pets first. Yes, think of your pets first. Anyway, yeah, have some batteries. Just have a plan. We're supposed to have enough food and water for 2 weeks. I don't think that is going to be needed here, but our roads are closed. We're kind of stuck where we are. And I'm okay with that until I run out of food, and then I'm not. Okay, let's get into this. So this Pisces energy, it's going to be lasting for 3 years. When you think about water, what does it wash away? What does it, how long have I been yakking? Almost 9 minutes, okay. What does it wash away? What does it cleanse? What does it rejuvenate in us? That's what I heard. What does it rejuvenate in us? A lot of things are going to be cleaned up. And it feels like a lot can be cleaned up, but what do we, instead of having this water just wash over us and clean us and without us having any input, what do we want this water, this Piscean energy, what do we want it to do? To clean, to wash away? I'm going to pull 3 cards, and you can pick a number 1 to 3, or you can pick all 3. And what is it that you're not, that you're hanging on to, that you want to let go of in this Piscean energy? What do you want it to reveal, heal, wash away? What messages are we going to get from the ocean? That's big. Is Atlantis? Are we going to discover Atlantis? Some people say we are. Some people are saying that the ocean is going to reveal a lot to us. What do we want this Piscean energy to heal within ourselves? 1. Ooh, 10 of Swords. The burden, carrying. 2, Lovers. Do we have do we need to heal some love? 7 of Cups. So I'm using my Light Seers Tarot. I just got this deck. I love it. I think it's really, I'm more interested in the imagery than I am in the name of the card. So what do you, if you picked one, here's your card. Whoops, there it is. There we go. Here's your card. And what do you need to let go of? What do you need to heal? When I look at this card, it looks like there's a lot of dreams that you want that are flying a little too high. They're flying away. They're not there. They're not within your grasp. But then again, you're not reaching up to grab them. It's kind of a barren landscape. So what do you want to heal? We've been singular and in lockdown for the last 3 years. What did we learn from this pandemic? I think what this card is saying, it's time to step out of the isolation a little bit. Let's reach up and grab some birds. The second card, what do you need to heal? It's the Lover's card. So if you take these two cards, step away from the isolation and step into love. Certainly, we have such a divide in this country and all over that we need to come together in love. We need to find a way that the color of skin does not matter. Religion does not matter. What matters is love, is tapping into that heart space. And the third card is what, and again, with water. Lots of water here, lots of water in the back. Where do you go for, I'm pulling, where do you go for knowledge? Where do you go for the truth? So these look like, to me, they look like kivas, the little sweat lodges. And we go into those places to find truth. This Piscean energy is going to reveal a lot of things to us, a lot of truth. And it's important to figure out how we recognize this truth. There's a huge discernment issue going on with these cards. And for example, there are, we're going to be dealing with a lot of AI in this energy, artificial intelligence. And artificial intelligence is, I did a reading on it a month or so ago. And it really depends on how we utilize it. There's going to be some people that utilize it for bad, but we use it every day right now for good. YouTube uses it for bad. There are algorithms these days. I don't know what's going on. People are saying that they're not getting notified, that they are getting notified, that when I did the live with Denise, that you could, that they couldn't chat, they couldn't get in because I had it set up. I'm like, really? I don't know what it is. I don't know. My subscription level's doing this. I'm like, I wish they would just like leave that whole subscription. I wish I could hide it. I mean, I love having you all here, but when I get focused on the numbers, it doesn't help me. It just gets me in my head. So, discernment AI. I was reading an article where this new AI bat chat, whatever, is creating voices. So somebody will call you up and go, hey, this is your family member. This is your Republican redneck hillbilly brother. Well, I ain't going to give him any money anyway. But what if it was, they're mimicking voices of family members saying, hey, I need help. Got to have a further conversation there. How do you discern if that's real or false? Number one, if they're calling and saying, I'm in Morocco and I need help. Yeah. Were they planning on going to Morocco? Ask some questions. Don't just take it at face value. It's going to be emotional as hell. You're going to be going, oh my God, my son, my daughter, I got to help. that went a little longer than I thought. Okay. Will we discover Atlantis in this Piscean age? I'm just going to pull a couple of cards on that. Then we're going to get into politics. So for you all who don't want to look at politics anymore, my cards don't want to shuffle politics. You can jump off. My cards really are not. Let me focus on Atlantis. Atlantis. Is Atlantis going to be discovered again? I'm hearing, are we going to be allowed to see Atlantis? That was the question. Are we going to be allowed? That was an interesting phrasing now. Let's just do, what do we need to know about Atlantis in the next 3 years? What do we need to know about the lost continent of Atlantis and other such lost continents? What do we need to know in the next 3 years? The Hermit. So I love this image where overlooking the ocean, waiting. Come on, Atlantis. Come on now. I know you're down there. It's being crossed by. Woohoo! Look at that. I'm not showing you what the bottom is. Okay, I'll show you. 9 of Cups, wish card. So are we wishing for it? And look where the light is coming out of. It's coming out of our heart space. Oh, at the bottom of the reading. Oh my gosh. I'm just pulling 6. What? 4 major arcanas. 4. Okay, I'm going to pull this down so you can see what I got. You can see my notes on my iPad. You see that? Okay. I know it's kind of hard to see what these are. The Hermit being crossed by the 9 of Cups. The searching, the waiting, the looking over the ocean, shining a light, shining a beacon. It feels like, so I'm reading these cards way intuitively, imagery wise, but this feels like a navigation light, a searchlight on shore. So if any of the mariners of Atlantis want to show up, they can. And they can do it safely without crashing into 3D people who go, you're not an Atlantean. Who's that? Who's Jason Momoa? What did he play? What was that action figure he played? Atlantis or, oh man, I can't remember. Anyway, the wish card is there. Yes. So set your intentions to be aware of. At the base of the reading is the Tower. Let me just go through these because they're big. Major Arcana. In the past, as it relates, is the Devil. Yikes. And this is an addiction card where there are certain strings that are holding this puppet and not allowing him to see. Here, he's got his hands over his ears. And so the addiction, whatever the puppet master has on the people who are not hearing, well, that's in the past. At the top is the Eight of Swords, is still the restrictions. Are we going to see Atlantis in this 3-year period? That says no. But it's it's a self-imposed restriction. She's looking into a mirror. She's not restricted down here, but in the mirror, her reflection is restricted. It's an illusion. I'm not saying Atlantis is illusion. I'm saying the puppet master is creating this illusion. And then we have the Chariot movement. And it's a little wild ride. So are we going to see Atlantis in the next 3 years? We are hoping to. We are looking for it. We're going to be, I just heard, it's good to look. It's good to be by the ocean, by the water, and look and see what's going on. Some things are going to be revealed. And this tower moment is really fascinating to me at the base of this, because something's going to happen that's really quick. Normally, this is like a little destructive. And it's interesting that there's all these butterflies, monarch butterflies, that the lightning is hit. But this is not a eucalyptus tree. It's just like tall grass, it looks like. Oh my gosh, it looks like there's a squirrel in here too. There's a squirrel moment in the tower. For those of you who watch me regularly, squirrels and me. So I just want to pull some clarification. At the base of this reading is the tower. What does that mean in regards to us seeing Atlantis? There's a key moment that will let us in. Past the crossroads. So this Chariot in the near future certainly says, yes, there is movement towards us seeing, discovering Atlantis. There's going to be some big discovery that's going to be made. And the question was Atlantis or other. I mean, what is the Bimini Road, right? What is that? People would look at that and go, well, it's just kind of a natural formation underwater. There's another one in Japan too that is not natural, that is, it really looks like they are made structures, smooth sides and things like that. So I think that there is something that's going to be revealed. However, there is still going to be some, we're still not going to be believing it. There's still going to be, well, it could be this, it could be that, because we're listening to this little puppet master of our past awarenesses. I am feeling that so much is going to be open to us, and we're going to be seeing so many new discoveries. And when people are saying trust the science, it's like science keeps changing. So how can we trust the science if the science keeps changing? I mean, it's our best guess for today. So trust that. More and more is coming out about, I keep hearing the thing, well, how did COVID come out? I'm skewed. Am I? There we go. How did COVID come about? And they're going back and trying to find that. And, they say, well, the pandemic's over. Well, we still have thousands dying in the US, I think in the US every day. I know we have thousands dying in the world from COVID, if not more, right? Because I think it's just the US. So how do you, how do you just say it's over? Well, for me, when I was, first made aware of this and the hospitals were being overrun in New York City, I'm like, that's a big problem. Body bags lined up in the street. We had to do something. We did something. People were talking about how did it start? Who cares? Let's try to fix the problem. And I know who cares, because if you know how it started, maybe you know how to fix it. But now is probably a better time to do that kind of research, because we can now, it feels like we can take a little breath with this. So the other thing too is, what did we learn in the last 3 years when we had that Saturn in Aquarius energy of lockdown, being locked down? All right, for those of you who are leaving me now, thank you for joining me for the rest. Sticking around for politics. And I always try to put a light spin on it, because it does no good to go into the sewers of it. We're going to come out of this. We're going to come out of this better, changed, but better. So we just need to be in this community. I'm hearing this more and more and more and more and more and more and more, that we need to hold the light. We need to be the lightness in all of this dark. And if we start falling into the darkness of it, well, who's going to be the light? I'm relying on you all. Okay. What should, I think I'll use, I'm going to keep Libby's cards out. These are, there is no name on these. This is the intuitive deck. Libby, Meister Tarot. Check her out. Great deck. And political deck. I think I'm just going to go with Rider-Waite. Let's just. All right. So we can review politics. This may be a little long. All right. So I missed last Friday. And sometimes I just can't watch this crap anymore. It's just like, I try to keep up, but does it really matter to me anymore? It's like there are certain causes that really do matter, and I'll support those causes. I support the food banks, World Food Kitchen. That really matters. Some of these other causes, yes, they matter to me. I support them. But then there's some that there's too many. So pick and choose, discernment, which one is really speaking to your heart. So let's look at our political nightmare that we're in. in the US. And it's just not the US, but there is so much, upheaval in the world. And what I'm seeing is the people are standing up and saying, hell no, we're not going to take this anymore. Anyway, let's look at Congress. Jim Jordan is heading up the weaponization of the DOJ and the FBI against Republicans. I remember growing up in the 70s where, we were going, the government's against us. Don't trust the government. And now in the Republicans, we're always saying, no, you long-haired hippie freaks, not standing up for the United States. Okay. Now it's like flipped. It's weird. Here, I'm a long-haired hippie. Do I have to say it? Freak. And I'm going, hey, you Republicans, stand up for the United States. We're in a backwards world. Backwards. All right. So anyway, Jim Jordan brought up a bunch of witnesses to say, oh yeah, weaponization, DOJ and FBI, they're against the Republicans. Didn't have any proof, didn't have any, they brought these witnesses that said, oh yeah, I saw it on Twitter or something, but no proof. The Democrats, on the other hand, brought a 61-page report with footnotes for references. And it just shredded what Jim Jordan's committee, the select committee, was saying. But did anybody even see it? Probably not. Just crickets. The other thing that happened was Joe Biden went down to Alabama for the 58th anniversary of Bloody Sunday in the US, not Ireland. Anyway, the Edmund Pettus Bridge was the site, and that's where law enforcement officers tried to silence Black voters. They just wanted to say in their government. I'm simplifying this, I'm sure. And it was not a pretty sight. And Biden was there to remind us that, what did he say here? He said, to remind the nation that the soul of America is on the line. And this statement from Dr. King resonates so beautifully today. He said, in the end, what we seek is a society at peace with itself, a society that can live with its conscience. And that will be a day not of the white man, not of the Black man. That will be a day of man as man, woman as woman. He would have changed it. He would have listened to me. I think that's so perfect. So, anyway. All right. So, will that day ever come? We need to make it happen. Okay. CPAC, Mr. Pumpkinhead. He said a number of things. One of the things that he said to this very large, oh, wait a minute. No, it was unattended. I am your retribution. He's trying to get votes. For who? The thousands or so that were indicted for January 6th? He's trying to get that extra 1,000 votes. Sounds like a phone call. Come on, Georgia, I just need 11,000 votes. Okay. And so I was thinking about this. Little light humor is Mr. Pumpkinhead offering pumpkin pies to these insurrectionists. And in these pumpkin pies, they have files in them. Now, some of you who haven't been on my community page, I deleted it. Hopefully I'll edit this and stick it in there. Saw my cartoon about pumpkin pies. And if you didn't, hopefully I'll put it in here. Anyway, personally, I wouldn't touch it. Carlson's editing skills. Wow, Tucker Carlson. So he got all this video and a lot of pushback. Last time I read on him, I saw him leaving really soon. The Fox Dominion case is just bringing out treasure troves of information that the Fox personalities were like secretly going, this is an S show. This is horrible. I don't even like Trump. I hate him. I can't wait for him to be gone. Are they covering any of that? No, crickets, crickets. But let's just see. Let's just see 6 cards. Because now you have Mitch McConnell coming out. You have some Republicans coming out, hardcore right Republicans, saying Tucker Carlson's editing skills sucked. That's not what happened to our Capitol. I love the way how he framed it with the QAnon shaman, where he said they were just showing him around. Well, if the police would have just shot everybody that came in there, how would that be? I mean, we are all trying to get the police to de-escalate the situation and not shoot first. Everybody's trying to do that except the Republicans. The Republicans are going, no, shoot first. No, I don't know. Entertainment only. I'm just guessing. I'm just guessing that that's what they're saying. I don't know. They wear AR pins on their lapel. I don't understand the significance of that. If the cops would have had ARs. Anyway, discernment. What do we believe? So are the hardcore Republicans, that's not the hardcore, but secretly, what I'm hearing, the hardcore Republicans are going, oh, this is bad. They don't believe Tucker Carlson. They go, yeah, good try. So what do the Republicans say? The Republicans, what are they saying privately to themselves about Tucker Carlson? What I'm getting is that they're pretty scared of where all this is going because they see the writing on the road. Well, and they're going to be, I think Fox News is hitting the road. Some other readers are saying that it's just going to be changed a whole lot, which I can't remember what I read. I know that it's not going to be the same as it was. They're going to be gone and I said Carlson's leaving in like quick. Did I say 2 months, 2 weeks? I can't remember. But are the Republicans, what are the Republicans saying privately about what Tucker Carlson did. What are the Republicans saying privately, behind closed doors? I see them behind closed doors having meetings with Carlson and going, knock it off. I mean, he's changed his tune. He's really changed his tune from what he thought journalists should be. Such a worm. For entertainment purposes only. A worm that is not very entertaining. Oh, okay. All about the money, honey. Family money. That flew out. So what are they saying behind closed doors? Our stock price is going down, Tucker. What are you doing? Okay. To Carlson about his editing. Okay. Let me pull this down. Y'all can see what I'm looking at. There we go. So what I got is, here's the offer that was made to Carlson. Here's some videotapes. You've got the 9 of Cups. Woohoo, he got his wish. At the base of the reading is the lies and the deceits of what he's trying to bring forth to the light. He's just changing it all up. In the past, the Wheel of Fortune, he wants things to change. But at the top of the reading, they're feeling the embattlement. They're feeling that people are going against them. They're getting beat up. And they want to go back to a simpler time. I think they're telling, I think what's going to happen, and let's just read on this one more time. I think what I'm getting with that, I'm going to use Libby's deck here, that Fox News is going to, which isn't news, is going to go back to being a news station. Fox News. 6 cards very quickly on Fox News. What do we need to know about what Fox News internally is looking at behind closed doors? Meow. Comfort. Time's a ticking. Okay. Kick this all down then. Come on. There we go. Okay. Are they a scaredy cat of the light? Is that them being a scared cat? They're being exposed and they have the clock. There's something about time. People used to think of them as a trusted news source, and this is, I guess, both of those. But I don't know, that's a pretty damn big bee. Did they get too big for their britches? And that says it all. There's still a swamp. So it doesn't feel like, are they going to change? The question is, will they change by themselves, or will the government have to step in? Will they change themselves? Will Dominion change them? They already have. or will the government have to change them? They're on a new journey, going back to a simpler time. Completion, legal issues are behind them. This may be Dominion. Starting out on a new journey with the Ace of Pentacles, it's the government, the Hierophant. So the government is going to step in and say, no, if you're a news, Fox News, you need to change it up. You can't call yourself news. And I don't know what they're going to say. I don't know if they're going to say, you can't call yourself news, or but the government's going to step in with that, with those legal issues that were behind them, and that's Dominion, and say, straighten up, fly right. Maybe that's what that bee was. Bees don't fly straight. Okay. Other things in the news, Biden put out his budget. The Republicans, crickets. Debt ceiling on the Republicans, crickets. Dominion lawsuit being reported on Fox News, crickets. National and what was, National intelligence released a threat assessment. RMVE. Do y'all know what RMVE is? It is racially or ethnically motivated violent extremists. They continue to pose a threat more lethal to the U.S. persons and interest than do Islamic terrorists. Be careful, be aware, be aware. Mitch McConnell, let's just take a look at him and then I'm going to wrap it up. Okay, Mitch McConnell. Oh, it's late. I've got to get going. Mitch McConnell. Devil being crossed by Nine of Pentacles, money, wealth. It's got the Hierophant, Ace of Cups, something new coming. Ace of Pentacles, something new coming. Queen of Pentacles. It's all about the money with Mitch. I'm not seeing him. I'm seeing him recover from this, but it's going to be in a different way, it seems like. Ooh, Judgment, Three of Pentacles, Temperance, Six of Swords. I think this fall is going to kind of shift gears for him, and he's going to either step down into another role. This is, where is this card? This Nine of Pentacles is my Nancy Pelosi card, not in this deck, but I wonder, is he going to take a page out of Nancy's playbook? I'm stepping down from the speaker. I'm going to be there as the advisor, the trusted advisor. I think he wants to go back to a simpler time. He is definitely moving on to calmer waters, but I don't see him internally. He's got the Judgment card, and I think this is just going, is this where I want to spend my time? I'm at the end of my life. Is this where I want to go with it? All right, I got to run. Thank you guys for watching. It's been a long one. Final card to leave you with. King of Wands. Shine your light. Be strong in your knowing. Don't have to be abusive to be strong. Just stand in strength. Thanks again for watching. Peace and love.